Lesson 7. Adding 4-digit numbers. Explore. People set up dominoes in patterns. So, when one domino topples, the rest topple. Here is your explore question, which you will try. I will read the question to you and then give you 2 minutes to answer. There are 1,275 dominoes in one setup. There are 2,168 dominoes in another setup. How many dominoes are there? Use what you know about adding 3-digit numbers to solve this problem. Show your work. Did you get the same answer as me? I added from right to left. Did you do the same? You should have got the answer either way of 3,443. Now you may have noticed that adding 4 digits is a whole lot like adding 3 digits, and that's because they are exactly the same, but adding 4 digits has one extra number on each, or one extra digit, mind you, on each number. Now if you move down to the bottom of the page to the Connect section, it reminds us of the 2 strategies that we can use to add. So we can either add from left to right or add from right to left. We will use this example right here to solve using both adding from left to right and then from adding from right to left. So we'll start over here with adding from left to right. So we will write down one number on top of the other. And then we will start by adding from left to right. So left is over here and we're moving this way. So we are looking at the thousands place value first. That means that zeros go in the hundreds, tens, and ones place. We will do those later. So 7 plus 3 is 10. Don't mind that red thing there. Next, we look at the hundreds place value. So zeros go underneath the tens and ones place. And we can focus our attention on the 8 plus 2, which is another 10. Over here we go to the tens place, which means we put a 0 in the ones place and add 4 plus 1, which is 5. And finally, we've got 4 plus 3 is 7. Then we want to add all of these numbers together. So we have here 7 plus a bunch of zeros, and 5 plus a bunch of zeros, and 0 plus 0, and 1 plus 0, and at the end here is a 1. That's a magic 1 right there. All right, so we've got 11,057 would be our answer. And if you move over to the right, now we will try the same question, but from adding from right to left, so this direction now. So again, starting with the numbers, one on top of the other. Making sure to line up. Hang on. All right, all fixed. So we're adding from right to left now. So this direction again. And it says, oh, put our plus sign here. First up is the ones place value. So we've got a 4 plus a 3, which is 7. We've got in the tens place value, we've got 1 plus 4. That equals 5. Then over here in the hundreds place, we've got 8 plus 2. 8 plus 2 is 10. Remember, the 1 goes up top and the 0 goes down below. And finally, in the thousands place, we've got 1 plus 7 plus 3. So 1 plus 7 is 8, plus 3 is 11. And we end up with the same answer, 11,057. Now, if you've got this cased and you know that you can do the textbook assignment, that's awesome. Just one more thing before you go back to your desk, if you're ready. When it says estimate to check, that means that you solve the problem and then you estimate. So in this case, I will estimate to the nearest 100 and add those. If my estimate and my actual answer are close, then I know that I added correctly. So if you are ready to do your assignment, it's at the bottom of the page. It's page 57 to 58, numbers 1 to 5. If you'd like to see a couple more examples, then stay right here and we will do them. So first question says use left to right, estimate to check. Now in your assignment, it's not going to tell you which strategy to use. Just in the notes, we will show both so that we can see. And then I want you to pick the one that makes the most sense to you. So step 1, we will write one number on top of the other. So 7, 8, 3, 5. All right, and we're going from left to right, so that's this direction right here. So we start over here, we're looking at the thousands place value, so 0 goes under hundreds, tens, and ones. And we will add 7 plus 2 is 9. Then we look at the hundreds place value, and zeros go to the right of it under the tens and ones. We've got 9 plus 8, which is 17. And over to the tens place, we put a 0 under the ones, add 2 plus 3. And finally, with the ones place value, we add 8 plus 5. And that gives us 13. Okay, and then we add these up. So we've got 3 plus a bunch of zeros, 5 plus 1, 7 here, and on the end here we get 10,000. So you get the number 10,763. Now to estimate to see if we actually did that correctly, we look at the numbers here, and I'm going to round to the nearest 100 and then solve. So we've got 7 stays the same because we're rounding to the nearest 100, and this is the thousands place. And then we look at the 8, and we think, is 3 larger than 5 or smaller than 5? 3 is smaller, so 8 stays the same. And we put zeros after the 8. Then we look at the other number, and 2 stays the same. 9 is in the hundreds place, so we look at the 2 to the right, and 2 is smaller than 5 again, so 9 stays the same. Add those together, and we'll do it in the same style as we did over here, adding from left to right. So we put zeros down below, and we've got 7 plus 2, which is 9, and we've got 9 plus 8, which is 17. Add those together. And where did my mouse go here? Add those together. We've got 0, 0, 7, and 10. Now remember, these aren't going to be exact, but these are very, very close. Right? We've got 10,700 here, 10,700 here. The 63 is the only difference, so this is probably a reasonable answer. Now, if this makes no sense to you, then please use the next method. Adding from right to left. So we start again by writing one number on top of the other number. Okay, having some technical difficulties. We've switched programs, but here we go. Adding from right to left. So looking at the most right numbers, the ones place, we've got 5 plus 3, which is 8. Next, in the tens place value, we've got 2 plus 3, and 6 plus 4, which is 10. That's 2 digits, so that means that we need to put the 1 all the way up here, and the 0 stays in that place. And finally, we've got the thousands place, and we've got 1 plus 5 plus 1. So 1 plus 5 is 6, then 6 plus 1 is 7. So we end up with 7,058 for an answer. So if you would like to practice with both strategies, then you can do that. If you'd like to just use one of the strategies, you can do that too. It's up to you. But please go to your desk and complete your assignment now, which is down here. Page 57 to 58, number 1 to 5.